This is Gary McDaniel with Three Crosses Wood Carving, and I'm glad to be here in the first day of 2012. I want to wish all of you a Happy New Year, and sorry it's taken me so long to get back to doing my video blogging. But here I am, and I hope y'all all had a good Christmas and New Year's time. And boy, I tell you what, I don't know about y'all, but I'm glad 2011 is over with. It was pretty hard on me physically. We were short of help at the cemetery I work at, and that's fixing to take care of itself. Starting this week, we'll get a new guy in, and hopefully I can get him trained pretty quick and have more time to carve and to do these video blogging and keep my site up. And along that line today, I want to tell y'all how happy I am to have been carving with my buddy and my pal and my partner here on Three Crosses Wood Carving. That's Matt, and boy, he has come along and had great strides. I showed you the pictures not too long ago of his ribbons he won, and I'm really proud of Matt and can't wait to see what he does in this next year. I'm here to tell you that I am going to try to get started finally on my next video tutorial, which will be a North American Indian, and hopefully get started on that sometime this week. So for all of you that have been waiting, I know for a long time, hopefully this week we'll get started with it. And along that line, I've been getting a lot of email from beginners, and a lot of people want me to talk about tools some. So this morning in this video, I'm just going to talk about my tools and the different kinds that you have, and my thoughts on it. It's going to be just a little general thing. Okay, start off, when you're a new carver, I recommend maybe getting a basic set that you can afford, and then from there on buying your tools individually. You can spend a lot of money buying carving tools, and you can spend a lot of money buying tools that you might never use. Also, the kind of tools you're going to buy and the style is going to be determined really a lot of times by what you carve and how you carve it. Now, I started off, I don't know, 20-something years ago with a set of Ramelsons like this, and I'm still using 3 out of the 5 Ramelsons that I bought. And you can buy a set of these now for about, I think they're $45 or something like that, and they've got a nice palm handle. They fit the palm of your hand really well. They're pretty good tools. They don't come sharpened very well. You'll have to do some touch up and some sharpening on them, but they can last you an awful long time, and really are a pretty good value for what you pay for them. Along that same line, I want to mention to all you carvers out there, and especially you newcomers. Now, this tool I'm holding up, let me see if I can get it where you can see it, is a skew, and a skew is nothing more really than a knife on a stick. And most carvers I have found don't really use skews, but I do, and I advise any carver to get you one, get it good and sharp, and learn how to use it. I use it all the time. It's my favorite tool. I use it to, let me just pick up this carving. This is a little wood spirit. If you're on Facebook, you've probably seen it. Little wood spirit I'm working on. But when I'm trying to round something, I can take that skew and I can get it into areas really that it's easier to do this than it is with a regular carving knife. Get you a skew. They're worth it. Here again, as far as carving tools, it depends really on what you want. Carving tools are a very subjective subject. Everybody likes something a little different, and it might be the handle design, it might be the way the tool is made, whatever. So the best thing I can tell you is get a few basic, excuse me just a second, my cat is in the way. Sorry about that. Get you a few basic tools, and then get with some other carvers that have some other tools and try them out and see if they're going to fit you. Here again, you get what you pay for. You can buy a lot more expensive tools than these Ramelsons, and they will serve you well. Let me look at another kind of tool. Okay, here's a Swiss-made file tool, and I use this one all the time. It's a number 7, about a 1/4 inch. and I use it for noses and for removing wood on the side of the face. And you notice it's got a longer handle, and it fits your hand pretty well. You could actually do some light mallet work with this handle, with this tool. And Swiss made tools are very, very nice. They come real sharp, sharper than any other tool I've ever bought. But the drawback is they're pretty expensive. This tool here cost about $22, whereas this tool here costs $7 or $8. But you do get what you pay for. Now, as far as the handle style is concerned, if I'm carving something small, which I do a lot of, like these off the corner wood spirits and things, I usually like to use a palm type of tool. Although I do use this one. That's just more comfortable for me. But here again, you need to find out what's comfortable for you. Along the line of other palm tools are your flex cut tools. Now this is a big old 1/2 inch, or it's actually a 5/8 45 degree, I believe. And I use it to do all my outlining. Here again, it's got a palm type handle, and it fits my hand really well. And I can have a lot of control when I use this tool. And as far as cost is concerned, well, flex cut would be probably about, it'll be between what you pay for a file tool and what you pay for like a Ramelson. I think these are about, I don't know, $12, $15 a piece maybe. And they're very good tools. Some people don't like flex cut. I do, and I have quite a few of them. So if you got the money, spend it. If you don't, you can get by with Ramelson. You can get by with flex cuts. A lot of people do. Nothing wrong with that. Another style of tool that I like a lot are these right here, and they're called power grips. They're really inexpensive, $5, $6 for one of these. This happens to be a 3mm V tool, and I use that V tool when I cut in all my hair, just about. And it's very sharp. The advantage of this is it's very comfortable. I use it a lot of times like a pencil when I'm cutting in my hair on a tool. Also, what I really like about these particular tools are they're a true V. You know, a lot of people, especially beginners, have a hard time sharpening a V tool, and that's because right in the bottom of it is rounded off. Well, that's not true with this V tool. It comes to a point down there, and it's real easy to sharpen. But with these tools, the steel on them is so hard that they don't have to be sharpened very often. They really hold an edge, and they're cheap. $5, $6 a piece. You can't beat that. You also have tools out here, and here's an example of a Denny tool. Now you notice it's got kind of an octangular shaped handle, although it's got a little swedge to it, like a wedge right here. Denny tools are very, very nice, very good. But they're fairly expensive too. These are $22, $23 a piece. But here again, you get what you pay for. And it's just incumbent on you to figure out what style tool you have. Now here's another little Ramelson, and I bought these years ago. This is a miniature set of Ramelsons, and this is about a 1.5mm V tool, and I use this on my carvings to finish off the ends of my hairs, and also use it to do the smaller wrinkles and things like that. Very nice tool. I use them a lot of times like I hold it like a pencil. Now there's all different kind of styles of carving, and I've seen a lot of people that actually kind of do what I call backwards, and that's good. There's a lot of control to it. I don't do that, but that's just not the way I learned. So when you're buying tools and you're a new carver, start off with a simple set. You can buy a set of 5 Ramelsons like this for about $40 and get yourself started. Make sure if you buy a set of them that you get something to sharpen your tools with, okay? And that's the first thing you need to learn how to do, is sharpen your tools. I use a very simple system to sharpen my tools. If they're real dull, I might take a diamond file tool to get my burr, all right? And then I have a 8-inch buffing wheel, specially sewed buffing wheel that I got from Smoky Mountain Wood Carvers. and I've got some green region I put on it, and boy, I can put an edge on one in a heartbeat, and I can keep them sharp in a heartbeat. If you're starting out in carving, you need to learn how to sharpen, because if your tools aren't razor sharp, you're wasting your time. It'll just frustrate you. If you don't know how to sharpen, find somebody to show you how. It's really not that difficult. But I run into a lot of carvers, some of them been carving for years, who really don't know how to sharpen their tools. So please do that. And here again, I full recommend that you just start out with a basic set that you can start carving with, and then buy the tools that you need individually. But it'll save you a lot of money, because you buy sets of tools, and I've got sets of tools, especially mallet tools. And a lot of those tools in there I'll probably never use. You know, when I carve faces, I use several number 7s to do noses and things like that. And to gouge things out, I use that 3mm V tool and that 1mm V tool to do the hair and the details on them. I use my skew a lot just to round things off. And I also use a couple of veiners, one of them to, let me show you again, to cup out where my eyes are going to go. And I actually use a flex cut to do that. Oh, excuse me, my cat is in the way again. I'm going to have to get rid of my cats, I think. But anyway, I don't use that many tools to actually carve a face, and you could actually carve a simple wood spirit pretty much with just a V tool and a knife. And I think I showed you that in a simple wood spirit. I didn't use too many tools there. But here again, you can spend as much money as you want to, or you can kind of go like I have and just pick them up as you go. If you belong to a club, you know, the guys there will let you use their tools and try out some different tools, different styles, different brands, different handle lengths, whatnot, and see what you like, and then go in that direction. So I'm just going to leave that there, and if you have any more questions or comments, I'd sure like to see you post them. And if you got a question, I'll try to answer it, and if I can, I'll find somebody that can. But in this coming year, I also want a little input and feedback from you about what you'd like to see me do here. I always love to have the emails, and not for the, you know, I'm great or anything like that, but especially for the comments and the suggestions about how to make the site better. This year I'm going to try to do a lot more. I am going to try to get off into doing some reviews of tools and one thing or another. I've got one gentleman from, I believe it's Northwoods Knives. He's going to send me a couple of his knives, and I'm going to try them out and try to give you my review. And keep in mind, when I do these reviews, they'll strictly be my opinion, whether it's good or bad or what. And I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't, anybody that knows me very well know that what you see is what you get. And if you ask me to critique something, buddy, I will. I certainly will. But I do try to tell the truth. I don't try to bull anybody. So anyway, y'all have a happy new year, and I hope you get to carve a bunch this year, and hope you get to learn a bunch. And this is Gary McDaniel signing off. Thank you.